In this episode, I'm going to talk about how to be the man. Sharp. Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. And P.S. and by the way, like, share this message, and feel free to go to my website at ChooseYourRelationships.com and send me any questions that you would like me to talk about. So, when I was growing up, I never heard of an alpha man, a masculine man, a high value man. I've never heard my dad, my father, talk about any of these phrases or any of these topics. All my dad told me was, hey, watch me. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask, because this is what men do. That's what my dad told me when I was growing up. See, I didn't really start hearing all these different phrases until I came on the internet. Because when I was growing up, it was like, hey, this is what men do. This is how you be a man. This is how you represent. This is how you represent your last name. Lights, cameras, and action when you walk outside the door. So that's what I saw when I was growing up. And these ways of being a man, it doesn't matter your religion. If English is not your first language, doesn't matter how much education you have, your family, background, the job you got, if you're from a broken home, it doesn't matter, And the reason why I say that, because a lot of guys, I think, try to find ways why they can't do it. So this crosses all barriers and all nationalities. If you're black, you're white, you're Hispanic, you're Asian, doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter what language you speak, this is universal. These principles, these qualities are universal. It doesn't matter how you grew up, don't matter how much money you got, it doesn't matter how you dress, how you walk, how you talk, it doesn't matter. This is universal. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up, because a lot of people listen to me all over the world at this point. Millions of people listen to me, over the past, 6 years now, since I've had my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to put things in perspective. So the first thing that women like with a man, and women can't get enough of this, especially this, is leadership. Leadership. They can't get enough of this. And my dad used to tell me, just take charge. My dad used to tell me, hey, take charge. So in other words, raise your hand if you're sure. That's what they used to say back in the day. They came out with a deodorant commercial. Raise your hand if you're sure. So take the initiative to do something. Don't wait and see what everyone else is going to do first. No, raise your hand and say, hey, I'll do it. Leadership. Take charge. Take the initiative. Women can't get enough of this. Now, being a leader comes with some criticism as well. There's no way around this. But this is just how it is. In the Navy, they used to say, if you're going to leave, or get the hell out the way. So, hey, and you're a man. You're born a male. And as you get older and you develop, hopefully you develop, into a man, being a leader is in your DNA. Now, it's probably been beaten out of you. And you know, you've probably been brainwashed to believe otherwise. But it's in your DNA to lead. This is primal. This is scientific. And don't let nobody tell you anything else differently. So that's the first thing, leadership. The second thing is confidence. Confidence is king. And I should put that on a shirt. Confidence is king. Confidence is magnetic. Confidence is addictive. Now, confidence can sometimes be confused with arrogance. But confidence and arrogance, the difference is, if you're confident, you can back your shit up. You have proof. If you're arrogant, there's no proof of really anything. It's all how you feel. Basically, being confident, you have a body of work. I've done this, been there, done that, or whatever you're doing. It might be a part of you, part of your lifestyle, part of who you are. So being confident don't really have to be told. It don't have to be said. It just is. Arrogance is just something that somebody's making up, perpetrating a fraud. It's just for show. That's the difference between arrogance and confidence. Confidence, you can't really fake it. You can't. Even if you tried to fake it, you would get exposed after a while. So that's the second thing. The next thing I would say is you have to be fearless out here. Especially in these economic times that we live in. These challenging times that we live in. And the thing that you must not do, never panic. And I mentioned this in the past. When you panic, you can't think straight. You can't think logically. You can't be pragmatic. You can't do that because you're all caught up into your emotions. And the main thing, if you're afraid, if you're scared for long periods of time, months, years, you make yourself sick. That's the problem. This is why a lot of women, they'll work these corporate jobs, and God bless them. They'll work these corporate jobs and they get into leadership positions for like 10, 15, 20 years. And they start having health problems. They're overweight, high blood pressure, cervix cancer, diabetic, because they're stressed all the time. They don't really have an outlet. They can't really turn it off when they go home. They bring the job with them at home. And if you stay in that, really the survival mode, really, you stay in that mode long for too long, you're going to get sick. And you're going to catch something that's way worse than a virus. So you have to be fearless out here. You can't be running around scared. Now, I'm not telling you should be an idiot. out here. I'm not telling you should be reckless. But at the same time, you can't be afraid. Because if you're afraid, if you're scared, you're afraid all the time, you're still going to get sick. And if you don't believe me, talk to any doctor. They got the research. I mean, they didn't have to give me the research. I already knew what the deal was. Because I know my medical history. And I already been through all that stuff at a young age, so I know what time it is. But hey, you talk to any doctor. There's doctors, hundreds and thousands of doctors by now. Probably they wrote about it. Go on Amazon. And stress is what probably, I don't know, number one killer. So hey, the research, the evidence is out there. You don't gotta listen to me. Because you'd be like, oh, you ain't no doctor? I don't have to be a doctor. That's basic shit. Even if you're not a doctor, even if you don't know anything about the human body, being stressed all the time is not normal. It don't take a genius to figure that out. That's all I'm saying. Just do your own research. And the next thing I would say is, you gotta stand for something. Take a stand. A woman has to feel like she know where you stand. She's not in limbo or trying to figure out who you are and what you about. And this comes with criticism as well. Because, especially in this society, because a lot of people like being in that safe zone. They don't want to ruffle no feathers. They don't want to piss nobody off. But you can't make everybody feel comfortable. And if they're uncomfortable around you, they don't have to be around you. And that's their business, not yours. You're not responsible when it comes to making people feel comfortable around you. They don't have to be around you. They don't have to be associated with you. This is your life, not theirs. So if a woman around you, she has to know what you're about. A lot of guys got to get their balls back, man. A lot of guys put women on a pedestal and they pander and cater to women on their every thought and every word, and they're walking around on eggshells. Man, that's a very stressful way to live, bro. I don't know how guys, or just people in general, I don't know how they live like that. And there's a lot of people out here that live with people that's like that. They every word that comes out of their mouth, is very strategic down to the letter. They don't want to say anything that could set this person off. I'm like, no. Look, I have open door policy. I don't want anybody to be around me that especially if I can't be myself, she got to go. I can't, I can't do it. So you stand for something or fall for anything. That's the old saying. And that's probably the fastest way to stand out amongst the crowd. Because most people are just alike. Most people are, they want to fit in. Why try to fit in when you already stand out? That doesn't make any sense to me. And the next thing I will say is the 3 Ds. Desire, discipline, and dedication. Desire, discipline, and dedication. And especially in this day and time, because there's so many distractions. A lot of people don't know what to do. They didn't know where they was going. They didn't know what they was doing before the pandemic. But in these times, there's no more playtime, really. There's no more playtime. You got to get to work. Whatever you wanted to do that you were putting off, this is the best time to do it. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. Whatever hobbies, whatever business, whatever idea you ever thought about doing, or whatever you wanted to buy that could empower yourself and your family, this is the best time to do it. This is the best time to make it happen. You can negotiate. The prices are low. The interest rate is low. I mean, it's like, it's wide open today, man. I've never seen it like this before. You know, and outside of the United States, it's pretty much the same. You know? So the 3Ds: desire, dedication, and discipline. And the last thing I would say is I kind of knew when I saw I kind of knew the relationships between the sexes, between men and women, it was going to change forever. When I saw women giving dating advice to guys. And why do I say that? Because women cannot put themselves in a guy's shoes. Sure, women can give you advice, tell you what she thinks about a woman, tell you what a woman might mean when she says this or does that. But a woman cannot put herself in a man's shoes. When I saw women online giving advice on YouTube channels and writing books, I was like, the relationships between men and women is going to change forever. It's never going to go back to where it was. I said that 8 years ago, and I was right. Relationships have changed between men and women. There's more confusion out here today more than ever. And I'm not saying there aren't a lot of women online that's giving good advice. I'm not saying that at all. But there's only but so much advice a woman can give you. If you stay around a woman long enough, you're going to ask her a question and she's not going to be able to answer you. And you want to know why? Because she's not a man and she can't put herself in a man's shoes. She doesn't know how it feels being a man. She doesn't know. And I'm not knocking them. I'm not blaming her. But I'm saying if you're going to listen to a woman when it comes to dating advice, you're making a mistake. You know? And when I saw this, 7, 8 years ago, I like, it's over. You know, the only guys that going to be able to thrive, survive, and really live the life they want, he's going to have to be the best of the best today. Being average and mediocre today, it ain't going to cut it. It ain't going to cut it. Because women are looking for the best and men are looking for the best. The men and women that know the game, understand the game, they know what they're doing, they know what they're going, they're looking for the best of the best. So if you're average and mediocre, you're not gonna go that far. You know, and I talk a lot about this years in advance in my book Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. I highly recommend you go check that book out, because in that book I flipped the game. In the book I always say, you learn the game, you play the game, and you become the game. So instead of trying to go out here and chase women and chase everything, and with no strategy, not even being practical, I bring the game to me. So in other words, I become so attractive that women can't help but wonder, who's that dude over there? That's my game. My game is to become so attractive, so interesting, that they wonder. I'm like a mystery. Who is that guy over there? And they come to me. I bring the game to me. That's my game. That's what I mean when I say I flip the game. See, most people that give you advice, if you ever notice, there's a pattern. They always tell you, hey, you need a sex doll. Hey, you need some toys. Now they're telling you that you need a robot that probably costs $50,000. But they never tell you, hey, you could be the problem. See, you're the common denominator, but no one tells you this. They always tell you everything outside of yourself. It's always a quick fix, But at the end of the day, if you don't change, nothing will. And I got some good news and bad news for you. Nobody's come to save you. Your parents can't save you. The professors at your college can't save you. Your buddies can't save you. The dating gurus online can't save you, especially the women. No one is coming to save you. If you don't put in the work, if you don't get better, if you don't become the best version of self, no one else is going to do it for you. So hey, you have two options as I see it. You can take this info, go out there and test it out and be all confused and waste your time and money all you want. Or you can go get my book, Love Can't Wait, on Amazon.com. Click the link below. And this book will give you a framework, give you the blueprint below. And this book will give you a framework, give you the blueprint of attraction. Read it 5 to 10 times, and you never have to read another book again when it comes to attraction. So if you want to attract women, if you want to make more money, if you want to have a better quality of life, Love Can't Wait is the deal. So hey, the choice is yours. It's your life, but don't be stupid though. Of attraction. Read it 5 to 10 times, and you never have to read another book again when it comes to attraction. So if you want to attract women, if you want to make more money, if you want to have a better quality of life, Love Can't Wait is the deal. So hey, the choice is yours. It's your life, but don't be stupid though. So hey, like, share, subscribe. If you want to work with me directly, go to chooseyourrelationships.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.